Joey, you're home. You're home.
Oh, wait a minute now. You're calling the banner home? You're working too hard, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Hey, I can tell right off the bat, Europe agreed with you, son.
I thought I was seeing things when I saw you outside the door. Now, why didn't you tell us?
Well, missed that look on your face? You should have had a video camera. Mom, in shock.
Oh, no, Mom, delighted. What happened to change your plans?
Yes, the last I heard, that project you were on was supposed to not wrap up until Christmas.
More like Easter now.
Huh?
See, it turned out that there was a really fragile section on that fresco that had to be stabilized 1 millimeter at a time. It's not one of those kind of things you could just hand over to somebody else halfway through. I either had to commit myself for the full 6 months or pass. I gave it some thought. And I realized that the sooner I get my degree, the sooner I could be back out in the field permanently.
Well, that makes sense. But you've already missed almost a month of this semester.
No sweat. I wrote to Dr. Doherty, and he discussed it with the head of my department. They're going to let me do a paper on the fresco project for credit. All I have to do is just take a very light course load in this term, and then I could probably just catch up. With any luck, I'll be graduating with my class in June.
Well, I'm very impressed.
Well, it seems to me like you got your work cut out for you.
Oh, don't worry, Dad. I plan to keep my nose on the grindstone. Of course, all work and no play would make Joey a dull boy. You guys aren't the only ones I've missed. Oh. So, how is everybody?
I hope that's not all you had for lunch.
Lunch? The sun's almost over the yardarm.
Well, I just surfaced about a half hour ago. It's been one of those days. I saw your note on your computer. Out in the field. Well, being the well-trained reporter I am, I put 2 and 2 together and figured that meant out in the park. So then all I had to do was follow the smoke. Mind the company?
Never.
Good to have you back at work. Loved your column.
Thank you. Now all I have to do is come up with another one this week. Maybe on the art of deception. How to keep somebody's whereabouts a secret without resorting to an outright lie. Any ideas?
Give me the facts. Who, what, where, when, and why.
Kelly. Even as we speak, she and Ian Armitage are winging their way across the country to California, where she is going to visit her mother, Melinda.
Wow. I didn't think she'd do it.
She asked me not to tell Dorian. I presume that includes Blair.
If it has to do with Kelly, Blair doesn't want to hear it.
Dorian's another matter.
Okay, I would suggest that you evade, mislead, dodge, hedge, and if all else fails, lie through your teeth.
Cass? I don't want to do that.
Mel, if she finds out what Kelly's up to, then my Aunt Melinda may disappear the same way my father did.
You're not serious.
That sound gothic, doesn't it? Maybe I'm the one going over the edge. Mel, maybe they'll have to build a Kramer wing at the sanitarium. It was a joke, all right? A bad joke. Listen, if Kelly wants to go face the truth, I think that's great.
Won't be Dorian's opinion.
No. So, what's the party line, if Mother should ask?
All right. Kelly left a note saying that she was out of town with Ian, which implies a romantic interlude. If Dorian buys that, then I suppose that will help cover things.
Not so far off. A handsome international playboy, a few days in the sun, anything could happen. Come on, Mel, you can't take responsibility for everything. My mother is enough of a handful. Let Ian take care of Kelly.
Did your mother's doctor tell you what you might expect?
He said that she's still doing very well. And she's been on a new medication that's helped her a lot. For the past 6 months, she's been in a halfway house on the grounds, and she has a job at the clinic.
Good, good. Well, that's encouraging, right?
Well, she's had periods like this, and you don't know how long they're going to last. I don't know if my showing up there is going to send her spinning out of control again. I don't know why I'm doing this. I am truly scared.
Hi. All you have to do is say the word. I'll have the pilot turn us around. We can go back to Landview, or we can go on somewhere else. We can go to Bermuda, go to Puerto Rico. Bermuda would be my choice, but we could go anywhere your heart desires.
I don't know what I want. I don't know if I've ever known what I want. I think that's the trouble. Isn't that what this trip is about?
Tell me about your mother. Maybe that will help clear things up.
Mother. Where do I begin?
For the longest time, I acted as if I didn't have a mother. People who really didn't even know me very well probably assumed that she died. And she might as well have.
So she's been institutionalized since you were 9.
Long before that. Actually, her first breakdown, if that's what you call it, you know, it happened after her riding accident. She was 11 years old, something of a child prodigy. But I don't know, maybe it was losing her music that did it to her, but they took her away.
Did she ever play the piano again after the accident?
No. She would, you know, play her recordings, but she would cry a lot. You know, and as I got older, things got, you know, out of hand. And, you know, they came and, you know, they took her away. But, Dorian, she came and she packed up and she just sent me to boarding school, which was first of many. And, that was that.
Did you ever hear from your mother? You know, letters or phone calls, that kind of thing?
No, but Dorian wrote regularly. You know, she told me that Mom was doing okay, and she really wouldn't give too many details, but I didn't even know that Mom was released about 10 years ago. In fact, she you know, ended up in Landview, and she was doing real well, but it didn't last. She went to California and, you know, had another breakdown, and she's been there ever since.
So you haven't seen your mother in 12 years?
Yeah, just about.
And I gather that you didn't see very much of Dorian until you moved to Landview.
Dorian, she has always given me everything I've ever wanted. She's given me lots of clothes and money, you know, and, she's just always been there.
But in essence, you grew up without a mother.
Yeah, I don't know if she's gonna like me, or if I'm gonna like her.
Hey, how could she not? Anyone would. Instead of dwelling on all these things that were wrong between you, what about the things that were right? Do you have any happy childhood memories, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I do. It was, one warm summer night, and, it was beautiful. I think we were having a picnic of some sort, and I was lying out on the blanket, and I was watching all the stars come out, and I was listening to the crickets and the peepers, and my mom was lying right beside me, and she was holding my hand. And she was teaching me how to hear the music that the night made. We were so at peace, and we were so happy.
Then that is the woman that you are going to meet.
I am going to try to remember that.
Listen, I can't match that idyllic setting. However, behind curtain number 1, we have, voila, a picnic.
Oh, wow, this is like one of those things out of a Merchant Ivory movie. Oh, but this is beautiful. They win an Oscar for these things.
Well, you know, they probably get them from Harrods as well.
Do you learn this, or does this just come naturally?
What? Oh, you mean this?
No,
Oh, well, I learned this in university. Years.
silly. I mean, saying or doing the right thing at the right time.
Me? Oh, no, I just take my lead from you.
Even if I don't know where it's going half the time?
Let's consider this an adventure, shall we? The dashing hero, that would be me, helps the beautiful, plucky heroine, that would be you, through a difficult and courageous moment in her life.
You're doing it again. Thank you.
Thank you.
As soon as Dorian finds out where Kelly's gone, there'll be hell to pay. Especially if she thinks I knew and didn't tell her. Even if I don't lie about it outright.
I suppose it doesn't help that we're doing this because we love her and want to help her.
Not in the short run.
I see your point.
You know, the military brass in Saigon always treated the press as the enemy because we insisted on shedding light in corners they preferred to keep dark. Well, Dorian could hold her own with any of those generals.
She probably thinks that she's protecting her troops. And now we're starting to rebel. At least, Kelly and me, anyway. For her mother, she must see this as a mutiny. Infuriating as she is, we all depend on her energy and her passion. So, doesn't that justify what we're doing?
Secrets will always come out. I just want to make sure she doesn't struggle with this all alone.
Maybe she hasn't. Now, I wish I knew whether or not my father was in collusion over this cover-up. Now, I wonder if he left on his own accord or if my mother blackmailed him somehow. I still don't even know how far I should go to try to find him. And if my mother is trying to protect us from some thing, I don't know if I'm ready to cope with it, or if Kelly is.
You are. Both of you. And Dorian is. She must.
Okay, let's say you're right. She can't protect us anymore. So for her sake and for ours, don't give her the opportunity to sabotage Kelly's trip. We have to know what we're dealing with.
So you're saying I shouldn't tell her? Even if I lose her trust forever?
Mel, I hope you and my mother can make it through this.
Amen.
So Mom filled me in on some of the changes around here. Kev and Cassie, Drew, Andy and Antonio out in California, and poor Marty and Patrick. So, what about Kelly? What's she up to?
Last I heard, she was knee-deep in Dorian drama.
Right. Well, I will save you having to give me the details on that one.
Actually, I think Jessica has probably seen her the most recently.
Oh, I was just curious. So is my brother still around in the office someplace, or is he on banker's time?
Well, actually, Kevin's in Texas.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, he's gone to visit Duke.
Well, I'm glad that he's going and getting a chance to see his son. Will he be back anytime soon?
About another week, excuse me. Yeah. Well, of course I realize it's the end of the third quarter. Could you hold on, please? accounting.
Oh. Well, unless you would enjoy seeing your mother get a migraine, I think we ought to head for my office.
All right.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Well, it's part of the joys of newspaper work, darling.
Right, right. I love you, sweetheart.
You too.
Will you come for dinner tonight?
Well, let me get over some jet lag. How about tomorrow?
Yeah, fine. Clint, is that good for you? We'll give him a proper welcome home.
Good, good.
Okay.
About what we were discussing earlier?
We'll get back to that. I promise you, okay? And sooner rather than later.
Good. Good.
Did I interrupt business?
Well, you know, believe it or not, there's more to your parents than running a newspaper.
Okay, George. Now, why have you got your knickers in a twist?
See Family Tuesday.
Oh, Dorothy, hi, come in.
Are you sure you look as if you're busy?
No. I have just been scolded by my accounting department. It seems that 2/3 of the people on staff are late with their expense accounts, and they're taking the whole thing out on me. Because I happen to be one of them. So please, give me an excuse not to have to hunt through receipts. Come in.
Well, I just came here straight after my interview with Josie Place at Town Hall to thank you for setting it up.
Oh, well, how did it go?
I was hired.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I know, my head is still spinning.
Oh, I expect they just knew a good thing when they saw it. Hey, don't you want to sit down?
Sure.
So, tell me about the job.
Well, they want me to start right away. I'm actually technically going to be working for Human Services down at the free clinic, but they want me to be available, you know, to other city agencies on an as-needed basis, so it's going to be a really big challenge. I couldn't have asked for a better job. Thank you.
Oh, come on. All I did was make a phone call. You got this job yourself.
Oh, well, I'm under the impression you gave me quite a recommendation. I'll try to live up to it.
Honey, I have no doubt on that score. I just know how to pick them. I hired your father, didn't I?
I know, I just told him he was very happy.
I'll bet he was. Hey, it's a red letter day all around. I have just had the most wonderful surprise. I can't even... If that's accounting again...
I'll make a hasty retreat.
Hold on. Thank you for coming and telling me your good news. I really appreciate it. Yes. Well, I'm getting to it, George. Dorothy, keep me posted, all right? I really am interested.
I will, and thanks again.
Okay, and good luck, and I hope to see a lot of you. You are starting to ruin my day. Now, what's wrong?
I love Brahms.
Turn it off, please.
Who's the pianist?
My sister Melinda. She was 11 years old.
Oh. That's very accomplished for a child, for anyone.
She could have gone right to the top. She was magic.
I wonder if her incredible talent contributed to her mental instability. Or maybe it was the other way around. Did her instability ultimately destroy her music?
No, it was the accident.
The fall from the horse.
She could never play this well again. She lost the dexterity. It was a tragedy. She was incredibly gifted. She would sit at the piano, her feet barely able to reach the pedals, her long hair cascading down into her shoulders, back straight, her hands moving across the keys with such force and precision that one watching her would think that in some amazing way she must be possessed. Because else, how could a child make music like that? Turn it off.
have so much work for Melidor, I can't afford to have any distractions.
Is that what I am?
You are a most welcome distraction.
How did the accident happen exactly? And it was a tragedy for you too, wasn't it?
Oh, my God.
It's okay. It's okay. You must have just had a bad dream.
It was about my mother. Except it wasn't my mother. It was Dorian.
Well, I suppose you can think of her as your mother in a way.
No, not Aunt Dorian. My doll, Dorian, that she gave me when I was a little girl. My mother gouged its eyes out and smashed its hands, but in my dream, my doll was my mother.
It's okay. It's okay. You're awake now.
It was like an omen. I'm really sorry about that.
Don't be silly. Dreams are very healthy. They bring things out in the open for us to have a look at.
Do I want to do that?
That's why we're going to California, isn't it?
Why do people go mad?
I don't know. I used to think that Guy was pretty out there, but then his type of madness is acceptable in society. His sadism, his cruelty, his unbridled ambition.
Do you think that people are born with something wrong?
I mean, is there some sort of twisted DNA out there?
Yeah, something like that.
It's possible, I suppose. I just think that some people are more vulnerable than others. I mean, they say that creative geniuses are close to madness, so if something pushes them over the edge, then...
Mother was a prodigy.
Oh, there you have it.
Maybe I should be glad that I'm, ordinary. Cassie is down to earth. Blair's the most high-strung of all of us.
You are not ordinary.
No, but I mean, like in a comforting way. You know, I've told you before, we have all been so afraid of going over the edge.
But that is because you don't know the whole story. As soon as you get to know the facts, it will not have such a hold on you.
I am sure that's one of the reasons why Cassie wanted to see David Rinaldi. What if we show up and my mother's gone?
Oh, come on. I don't think there's any reason to presume that there's a conspiracy here.
What, I'm acting a little paranoid?
No.
Maybe the Kramer women have been going mad for generations, Ian.
Okay. I am going to tell you what I firmly believe to be the most important secret in success for any man or woman. Now, I picked this up from Sir Guy, believe it or not, and all his wheelings and dealings. But I am adopting this as my motto. I'm going to put it on a crest, I'm going to put it on my stationery, the whole thing.
I can't wait to hear it.
Okay. One crisis at a time.
That's it?
Mm-hmm. That is the Rosetta Stone for all of life's problems.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That simple?
Truly. Okay. For example, today, your issue today, your crisis, is your reunion with Melinda, right? All other issues have to take a back seat. Back, you beasts, back.
How do you manage to be wise and funny at the same time?
No, I'm sorry. All this sensitive behavior is extremely uncharacteristic. Must be all your fault.
Whose idea was it to have that race on horseback? Yours or Melinda's?
Mel, I really can't think about Melinda right now. I'm so far behind on my work for Melidor. What about you? I mean, are you finished with work this early?
No, it's one of the perks of my status as a columnist. Freedom.
But, no, I can go think elsewhere if you need some peace and quiet. But, by the way, Dorothy has just found herself gainful employment. She's going to be working for the city, starting immediately.
No. Oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad that my friend Joel Trasker was able to help her.
She didn't mention him. She was hired by Mrs. Place.
I don't know who that is.
A friend of Vicky's. Probably just a coincidence. I'm sure your Mr. Trasker probably initiated the whole thing.
Coincidence, my foot. I try to help Dorothy, and Vicky steps in and makes it all about her, as usual. Maybe better warn Dorothy. She's about to be swallowed whole. And believe me, it will take a lifetime to work herself out of the belly of that particular whale. Don't you smile. It is a curse of biblical proportions, and I should know. You tell Dorothy to watch her back around anybody in that family.
Madonna del Libro.
Excuse me? This painting. By Raphael. It's in Milan.
You're right. Are you an artist?
No, I wish I were.
An art historian?
No, the best I can do is art lover. I've spent some time in Italy, so I saw a lot of paintings.
Me too.
Is there something about elevators that reminds you of Raphael?
No. No, you must know how much you look like the Madonna del Libro.
No, actually, I don't, but I'm flattered. She's lovely.
Sure is. You could have modeled for Raphael or Botticelli. Are you Italian?
Mainly Irish-American. On both sides. I have an Italian great-grandmother.
Right.
Do you work in the Banner?
No. Do you?
No, I'm a psychologist. Bye.
Wait. What's your name?
Oh, it's all very noblesse oblige, you know, the old feudal thing, taking care of the serfs and all that. So very charming, so very generous, and then bang! The castle door slams in your face and you're out in the cold. I'm sorry. It must be awfully inappropriate, my ranting and raving like this about your boss, even if it does happen to be true. Just make sure you warn Dorothy.
You know, when I wake up in the morning, I am sure of several things. The sun will rise in the east. My brain will not function without my first cup of coffee. And you, my darling, will always find a reason to find fault with Vicky.
Enough said. What really matters is that Dorothy found a job. And if Dorothy is happy, then I am happy.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
Good. Let's celebrate then. Okay, let's have a family dinner party. Here, tomorrow night.
I don't think...
Mel, please, come on. The way things have been around here lately, any good news is an occasion for rejoicing.
I know, I don't want to cast a pall on your enthusiasm.
It's not going to be like the last time. First of all, you will be here to be a peacemaker. And believe me, I think all of us could use another chance.
When it comes to Mayor, what you saw is what you'll get, you know.
I'm getting used to your mother. Really, I am. And you know, Dorothy and Kelly, they really, they got off on the wrong foot. I'm sure that they'll become fast friends if they're just given a second chance. So, Mayor and Dorothy, you and me, Cassie and I suppose Kevin, Blair and Kelly. What?
Didn't she leave you a note or something?
No. What about?
I thought she was going to be out of town for a few days.
No. Well, it's news to me. Where did she go?
Okay. She took off with Ian Armitage on his jet.
Really? Well, this is awfully sudden. Whatever for? I mean, where did they go?
Well, she probably left you a note. Just maybe it just blew off your desk. I mean, I gather it was sort of spur of the moment.
This isn't like Kelly. No, come on. There's no note here.
All right.
I don't like it.
All right, all right.
Nope.
I admit that I was thrown for a moment myself. But then Cassie told me not to worry. And as a matter of fact, your actual words were that you were enough of a handful and I should leave Kelly in Ian's hands.
That's what Cassie said. I wonder what she really knows. Well, I'm going to find out.
Well, wait. Why don't you just hear the lowdown from Kelly when she gets back?
Because, my dear, something is terribly fishy. And I'm going to find out what it is. Keep the bed warm for me. Dorothy?
Hi. Are you getting away from your accountant?
I'm trying. They can still reach me on my cell phone. It's just such a beautiful day. I want to take a walk and clear my head a little bit. Well, when I said I hoped I'd see a lot of you, I didn't realize it would be so soon. May I?
Yeah, please.
Thank you. How tactful of you to be reading the banner.
Well, I am apartment hunting.
Oh.
So far, the only thing I think I can afford is adorable studio. That means one room the size of a postage stamp. Central location, probably right next to the all-night bus station. Limited view, looking out over an air shaft. Loaded with charm. The plaster's probably falling off the ceiling. The bathtub has a rust stain the size of New Jersey, and when your neighbors cook with garlic, your sinuses will be clear for a week.
I have a feeling we can do a little better than that for you.
Oh, please, you've done more than enough.
Actually, you might wind up doing me a favor here.
Well, I would be glad to.
Okay. I was very good friends with the young couple who were married on the day that your father was shot.
Right, the groom was killed. Wasn't he Patrick Thornhart? And Dad told me the bride has relocated.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. As it turns out, Patrick had an absolutely adorable apartment. It's small, but cute as anything, and there are no rust stains in the bathtub. Frankly, I'd rather see you living there than some total stranger. I mean, it may not be what you want, but you could look at.
Yeah, great.
Tell you what, you haven't met her yet, probably, but you will. Nora Buchanan, who is a friend of mine and a lawyer, is the person who is actually in charge of Marty and Patrick's affairs. And she has the key to the apartment. Now, I'm going to give you her number, 663. Yeah. And why don't... I'll call her first, and I'll tell her to expect your call, okay?
Thank you. Again.
My pleasure. Again.
I wish there was something I could do for you.
Well, there is, actually. I told you before I had this wonderful surprise. Well, it turns out my son has returned from where he spent months in Rome, unexpectedly, and I'm going to give a little welcome home dinner for him tomorrow evening, and I would love it if you would join us and help us celebrate. I'm going to invite your father and your grandmother, too.
I would love to, and I'm sure Mayor will accept, too.
Great. Oh, that's good. Now, I'm going to call Nora this afternoon. Why don't you give her a ring in the morning, all right?
All right, well, thank you for everything. You've been really kind.
Oh, come on. This is actually all a plot. You see, we're doing everything we can to get you settled in so you will never have any intention of leaving Lambview.
Oh, I see.
Catch a ride with your father tomorrow night, and I'll see you about 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't catch your son's name.
Joseph.
Joseph.
Yeah. Joey. Joey.
taxi.
Joey Buchanan. You're home. I thought that... Well, I don't know what I thought you were. I thought you were a strange man in a towel.
Oh, it could be my boxers with the obscene Italian phrases.
My luck. Did you just get here?
Actually, most of me is still somewhere over the Atlantic. I tried to shower, and now I'm brewing some coffee. How are you?
Well, a lot has happened.
Oh, so I've heard. I mean, with this jet lag and all, I forgot that you were even living here.
Well, I'm still getting used to the idea myself. The other day, I was so tired I drove halfway home to the rectory before I remembered my mistake. So, are you back for good or what?
Well, at least until I graduate.
Oh, I see. Well, Kelly moved out. It'll be you, Kevin, and me, I guess.
Not unless you're into awkward.
Well, listen, this was your place first, so I don't want to impose
No,
it.
listen. Let me just get a few more clothes on here and get some coffee in me. Then we'll discuss the living situations. Okay?
Sounds like a plan.
Kathy, maybe you'd like to tell me what's going on with Kelly.
Hi, Dorian.
The doctor said room 26.
Hang in there.
I can do this.
Yes, you can.
Oh.
Oh, although I know I'm losing circulation in my right hand.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. Okay. I can't hold on to you indefinitely, can I?
Well, I don't see why not. Do you want me to go in with you?
No, I can do this one myself.
Okay.
Okay. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Okay.